The Galactic Federation had classified planets for millennia based on their hostility to life, from the paradisiacal Class 1 worlds to the theoretical Class 13 Deathworlds, planets so hostile that no sentient species could possibly evolve there. Until humans appeared. Earth had been classified as Class 12, previously thought to be the absolute limit for sentient evolution. The arrival of humans into the galactic community had been met with equal parts fascination and disbelief. The Federation scientists couldn't comprehend how a species evolved under such crushing gravity, deadly radiation, extreme temperature fluctuations, and aggressive biodiversity. Admiral Rax of the Federation Science Division stroked his luminescent tendrils as he gazed at the human delegate across the chamber. Tom Miller stood there calmly, seemingly unaffected by the low-gravity environment of the Federation headquarters. The human's dense musculature and sturdy frame were telltale signs of his Deathworld origins. "The Council has approved your proposal." "Human Miller," Rax announced, his translator converting his harmonic tones to standard galactic speech. "Though many consider it foolhardy." Tom nodded, his lips curving into what the Federation species had learned was a smile, though many still found the bearing of bone-crushing teeth unsettling. 13 representatives, 13 worlds. "A fair test of adaptability and survival," Tom replied. "When do we begin?" The contest was unprecedented. One representative from each of the 13 planetary classifications would visit environments ranging from the paradise worlds to the most horrific death worlds ever discovered. The Federation had nearly refused when humans suggested including a newly discovered Class 13 world, a planet they'd named Infernus, with its sulfuric acid rain, crushing 3G gravity, daily tectonic activity, and an atmosphere that would corrode most Federation alloys. "Preparations begin tomorrow," Rax said. "The broadcast will reach every corner of the Federation." The contest captured the imagination of the entire galactic community. Viewers watched as representatives from Paradise world struggled even in mild Class 3 environments. The Class 5 representative, Drell, performed admirably until facing the biological hazards of a Class 7 world. Meanwhile, Tom moved through the challenges with ease. He seemed bored on the Paradise worlds, spending his time building elaborate shelters and exploring far beyond the monitoring zones when all that was required was survival. When the Class 10 representative, a hulking insectoid named Crix, who had been Tom's closest competitor, collapsed under the atmospheric pressure of a Class 11 world, only the human remained. Billions watched as Tom stepped onto the surface of Infernus, the Class 13 death world. Federation scientists had constructed a small outpost with emergency teleportation technology, expecting the demonstration to last mere minutes. The acid rain began almost immediately. Tom simply pulled a covering over his Federation-issued environmental suit and continued setting up his camp. When ground tremors caused fissures to open mere meters from his position, he jumped the chasms with surprising agility and relocated to more stable ground. On the third day, disaster struck. A volcanic eruption destroyed the emergency teleporter, and the Federation observation ship lost contact. For 23 hours, the galaxy held its breath. Then, to the astonishment of all, Tom's beacon activated from an entirely different continent. Satellite imagery showed he had traversed an acid sea using a makeshift raft constructed from the remnants of the outpost. The human had not only survived, he had thrived. When the extraction ship finally retrieved him, Tom emerged with specimens of silicon-based microbial life, detailed geographical surveys, and a small vial of a metallic compound he'd refined from the planet's crust. "This might be useful for your ship hull problems," he told the stunned Federation engineers, handing them the vial. "The microbes secreted as protection against the acid should be easily synthesized." At the grand ceremony following the contest, Federation President Ulo addressed the assembly. "We have witnessed something remarkable. The amorphous beings, thoughts projected to the gathered dignitaries. The human not only survived environments we deemed impossible, but he provided valuable scientific data and resources." Tom stood, his environmental suit discarded in favor of the ceremonial Federation garb. "With all due respect, Madam President," he said, "Earth might be classified as a Class 12 world, But humans have always sought out the most extreme environments on our planet. Our ancestors thrived in frozen tundras and scorching deserts. We climbed mountains where the air is too thin to breathe and descended to ocean depths that would crush most Federation hulls. He paused, looking around at the assembled representatives. This contest wasn't just about survival, it was about adaptation. Humans don't merely endure hostile environments. We transform them. We learn from them. Admiral Rax approached with a newly minted classification tablet. The Federation Science Division has unanimously voted to reclassify Earth, he announced. Not as a higher death world, but as something new entirely. Earth is now designated as a crucible world, a rare planet that produces species of remarkable, adaptive capability. Tom accepted the tablet with a nod. Federation historians would later mark this as the turning point in human-galactic relations. Within a decade, human adaptive technologies revolutionized colonization efforts. Within a century, human explorers had charted regions of space previously deemed too hazardous for travel. And when the Hive Collective threatened the Federation 2 centuries later, it was human-designed ships and human-led defense forces that pushed back the invasion. As the old Federation saying went, the deadliest predators forged the strongest allies. Humanity had proven not only their invincibility, but their value to the galaxy at large. The contest that was meant to put humans in their place had instead established their irreplaceable role in galactic civilization.